Okay, this is the final step of our freestyle progression, and this is switching arms. Again, with the kickboard, it's really going to reinforce your knowledge of where the surface of the water is. And the other part of this is we're really going to have a good delay in that switching of hands when we have the kickboard. This is very, very similar to catch up freestyle. It's basically the same thing, but we're doing it with the kickboard. Okay. The other part of that is not only are we doing it with the kickboard, but we're coming under and reaching under the kickboard. Okay. And having something physical to reach under is really going to help us out a lot in fostering that reach. Any drill you do is going to have a good exaggeration of a particular part, okay? So I am taking my time breathing. I should have my head back in the water right about here. I have some things to work on. Okay, let's look at this. We'll come back a little bit. All right, so that hand comes under. It's going to reach. Note that there's a little bit of rotation there. All right, I would like to see more of the shoulder coming out and a little bit more of a reach. And then powering all that water down towards my feet. I've got a good shoulder rotation happening here. That's allowing that body to completely rotate. This hand is reaching for that other end. Okay, good head position, nice rotation. And then the same thing's going to happen on the other side. I'm going to switch hands, come under the kickboard, reach. Ideally here, at least I'm getting my watch is disappearing, but I would love to be getting a little more up to my forearm there, and then really grabbing at the water. And so you can kind of see it here. Okay, that's not bad. I would like to see my upper arm just a little hang out here just a little bit more and really get that lower arm activated. I did these recordings about a year ago, and I think that I've adjusted that since. I'll have to do another video and see. But grabbing that water, pushing through. Okay. Another thing, an analogy to think about, I mentioned a beach ball in one of the previous videos, but something else that I like to think about is having a ladder. Okay. So pause it here. Let's say this is the ladder. Okay. And here are the ladder rungs, right? And we're going to climb the ladder, right, with each stroke that we take. So when that hand goes into the water, okay, and grabs at that ladder rung, right, it's your hand that ideally would stay still. So let's look at where this hand is in relationship to the lane line, okay? We're here on that lane line. All right, now let's frame forward just a little bit. That hand basically stays at that second lane line, well, until about there, okay? So ideally, that is kind of something to think about in regards to this particular drill. Grabbing at that water, empowering yourself forward and through, right? Switch hands, come under the kickboard, and reach, grab, power through, all right? The other piece is really just taking your time in all of the combination of the elements that we've just been working on, right? Rotating, making sure that we're reaching with this hand that's staying on the kickboard, nice and elongated body position, good balance, right? Taking our time and breathing on both sides. Okay, the beauty of doing side kick breathing, side kick single arm is we are building in the ability to breathe on both sides, right? So that we can do that bilateral breathing. Ultimately, it doesn't matter when you breathe. Breathe when you need to breathe. However, having the ability to breathe on both sides is going to do a plethora of good things for you and your stroke. If you're open water swimming, you want to be able to be comfortable on both sides. You have no idea which way the wind's going to be, which way the waves from the water is going to be if a boat passes by and shoots some additional waves, those kinds of things. And then for me, I know that I breathe a lot better on my right side. My left side, and you can really see here how much I come out of the water, and then I just hang out right here for quite a while, right? I need to work on that. And when I take that breath to the left side, it shows me some idiosyncrasies that are happening on my stroke on my right side, and equally adjusting strokes on my left side. So It's just a really nice habit to be in, to be able to breathe on both sides. For me, I'll breathe first couple of strokes on my right side, and when I get to that midpoint of the lane, I make myself breathe on the other side, and I encourage you to do the same. So that is the end of our freestyle progression. That is freestyle switch. All right.